All right, what's going on, Free Game Nation? Okay, so I'd like to welcome y'all back to the classroom today. Since this the last day of Patreon Appreciation Month, and the reason why July is Patreon Appreciation Month, I started my Patreon last year on July 4th, and it's been growing exponentially ever since. And I just want to give everybody, I want to just take 2 seconds before I even get into this game because this show here is going to be very, it's gonna be controversial. it's, it's gonna be controversial. Like I said, since this the last day of Patreon Appreciation Month, I'm gonna let my Patreon give you guys on YouTube a treat. This show is only going to be available for 2 days. Then I'm gonna, put it back on Patreon. This was supposed to be a Patreon show. Since it's a YouTube show, I'm just gonna make it. I'm gonna, how can I say? I'm gonna put it in Patreon format. I'm not going to write down keynotes. I'm not going to go off of I'm not going to put this show on book format because it is YouTube. But I'm going to let the chains off. I'm going to come with the game on this show just because I'm doing it in the spirit of a Patreon program, and it's going to be on Patreon. So I'm gonna make sure that it's extra crisp. I'll make sure it's hella tight. I'm gonna make sure it's super official. So for the future Patreons who join at the later dates, when they do come to hear this, because one thing about the Patreon shows, when you do Patreon, you cannot have what I like to call on YouTube filler content. You can't just be putting shit on Patreon just because you feel like it's due for a show. See, I'd rather go without putting something on Patreon than to put some bullshit on Patreon. So that's why I got to be very meticulous with the shit I put on Patreon. Patreon, if people come and they pay for that shit, it's better to not let them hear bullshit than to insult their intelligence and put some bullshit on the damn platform. You figure it out? See, YouTube is free. You come on my YouTube show, you get a bad show, fuck you. It's free. Still hit the like button. It's free. You figure it out? You know what I'm saying? It's entertainment. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you're going to like it, sometimes you're not. Patreon, people is paying, man. When people pay a premium, they hear something, you have to give them premium content. So in the spirit of Patreon, I'm finna give you guys a premium show on YouTube just because this is the last day of Patreon Appreciation Month. And today's classroom lesson is going to be entitled, Why Professor Jokasey is Not Secure in His Masculinity. Damn. Whoo, boy, hey. Boy, I know all the haters, they going to jump at this title because they going to be like, oh, this nigga, he ain't securing his masculinity. Oh, I can hear it now. Everybody who don't like shit I say, they going to love this. They going to love this. I'm going to say it again. Today's classroom lesson is why Professor Jokasey is not securing his masculinity. Now, I'm saying this because I already understand what type of society we live in. So, basically, this the game I'm finna give y'all with this show here. With this show, I'm finna cover my ass for all the future shit I say. So, in case YouTube try to take my shit down, so I'm covering my ass with this show. You figured out? That's the game. This shit is chess. It's not checkers. It's fucking chess. So I feel like this video is needed because we're heading towards a future where all masculine things will be outlawed. This show is needed. We're heading towards a future. Everything masculine is under attack, man. Everything from even fucking football, man. Even fucking football. They want to get rid of football. Some people just saying football is too violent, should be on TV. And this the thing. This thing that kills me, man. People will come down on everything that is deemed masculine, right? But when the shit is done, when the same shit is done in the feminine format, nobody bats an eye. So, when we come into this knowledge, when we come into this information, we have to be aware, man. This the problem. Nobody is aware of nothing. And then you got all these people talking about being woke, but a lot of the people is what I like to call fake woke. You feel me? This is why this video is needed, man. Because most dudes are too ignorant to understand that estrogen is the thing that makes people feminine, is more stronger than testosterone. I'm going to say that again. Estrogen is more, well, not stronger. I'm going to say estrogen is more powerful than testosterone. And I'm going to prove this. I'm going to prove this in this video. Most guys are too ignorant to understand that masculinity isn't as strong as femininity. See, we don't understand that masculinity works under the same principle that muscles work. You know, either you use it or you lose it. Masculinity works under the same principle as muscles. Either you use it or you lose it. If you don't use your masculinity, you will lose it. If you don't use your muscles, you will lose them. You feel me? So the powers that be, the powers who create all these social conditioning programs and the TV and all this stuff, they understand these things, man. They understand this concept. We all have spirits that live in our minds, and we all must understand that the mind comes from the same substance that created the universe. But we got to also understand that since the mind comes from the same substance that created the universe, that means the mind is neither male nor female. Only the body it possesses can carry those traits. So the mind that you think with is not male or female. And if you do not if you don't guide your mind in the right direction, if you let society guide your mind, if you're a man, if you're a masculine male, and you don't keep watch over your mind, you don't keep guard over your mind, then your mind will be led towards the feminine side. There is a feminine side of your brain. Your brain has two sides. It has a masculine and it has a feminine side. When both of the sides come together, that's when your third eye opens. That's when you are born again. That's when you become childlike. When a child enters this world, a child can see things that the grown-ups can't see. When the masculine side of your brain and the feminine side of your brain come together, it gives birth to the third eye. It gives birth to that pineal gland. Once your pineal gland open, you will be able to see things that the people who are still asleep can't see. You will become like a child again, bro. This is the whole definition of being born again, bro. But if you don't keep guard over your brain and you just go with the flow, then as a male, as a masculine male, you will begin to notice that the feminine side of your brain will become more dominant than the masculine side of your brain. And then you will lose balance. You will become off balance. You will become more feminine than the masculine in a masculine body. Then that will lead to what they call confusion. This is why Professor Jokasey is not secure in his masculinity. I need you guys to understand this. We got to understand that as masculine beings, the difference between power and strength, if we want to protect and preserve our masculinity. If you want to protect and preserve your masculinity, you cannot allow yourself to be secure in your masculinity in this day and age, man. We got to understand that fat is more powerful than muscles. We got to understand that estrogen is more powerful than testosterone. As we age, we do not lose estrogen. As a man, you will not lose. As males, we have estrogen. See, a lot of dudes don't understand this. As you age, you do not lose estrogen. But if we don't work out and we don't lose the fat that's on our body, guess what we're going to lose? We're going to lose testosterone. Even before we begin to lose it naturally. If we don't eat right and we don't work out right in our younger years, we'll lose that shit, man. So the fact that testosterone has to be worked on, you have to work to keep your testosterone, that tells you something. You don't have to work to keep estrogen. So a man who has testosterone is more powerful than a man who has estrogen. But the man who got the estrogen, he doesn't have to work to have estrogen. The man who has that testosterone, he has to work to keep that testosterone at high levels. Because testosterone is not as powerful as estrogen. If you don't work on testosterone, then guess what's going to take over your body? The estrogen. And the estrogen is going to do what? It's going to make you more feminine. So you have to protect your testosterone. You have to protect your masculinity. And if you don't feel like you need to be secure in something, you won't have no need to protect it. If you got jewelry, you're gonna feel insecure in your jewelry by taking your jewelry around certain people. You're gonna have to protect your jewelry. If you have money, you're gonna feel insecure in your money by taking your money around certain people. You're gonna have to protect your money. Your masculinity shouldn't be no different. You should view your masculinity the same thing. It's something that needs to be preserved and protected. This society wants to convince you that you don't need to protect your masculinity. That's the trick of society right now, man. This is why the females are asking, where have all the males gone? Where the real man at? This is why all these females keep asking that. These dudes, they secure in their masculinity. That's where the real man at. They so secure in their masculinity that they're willing to let society brainwash them into letting estrogen take over their fucking mindsets. And then letting their female side rule over the masculine side. They so secure in their masculinity, they have no problems becoming off-balance human beings. See, you're neither male nor female. You're a human being. You have to choose what you want to be. If you're born in a masculine body, you have to choose to learn this masculinity. Masculinity is not natural. It's something that has to be learned. Discipline is not natural. It's something that has to be learned. Everything feminine is natural. You don't have to teach a man how to be feminine. This is why dudes come on YouTube. They want to learn masculinity. Dudes get tired of being treated like beta males. So they come on here, they try to find somebody who's masculine, and they try to learn from that nigga. This shit has to be learned. It's not natural. If it was natural, wouldn't be nobody on YouTube. Wouldn't be no need for dating coach. Wouldn't be no need for these fake ass alpha niggas who come on YouTube and sell everybody this bullshit. If the masculinity was natural, wouldn't be no need for this type of content. So, a motherfucker who's securing his masculinity, he could be friends with a gay dude. He could be around that gay ass energy. He could soak that shit in. He's secure. You feel me? So he don't mind indulging in his feminine side. Not me. I have to protect my shit, man. I have to protect my shit. I done seen too many real dudes. I done seen too many manly men. I done seen too many masculine cats go to jail and come out switching. So that lets me know, if you don't protect it, you can lose it. I done seen too many real dudes go in and come out switching. If you don't protect it, you can lose it. So when people don't feel like they need to protect it, then now you put yourself in a vulnerable position. See, if I see you got some money laying around and I'm a thief and you don't want to protect that money, you put yourself in a vulnerable position to get your money stolen. If you got some jewelry, you don't want to protect your jewelry, you put yourself in a vulnerable position to have that jewelry stolen. So this is why Professor Jokasey says he's not securing his masculinity. You feel me? So, and this is one of the main reasons why homosexuality is on the rise right now. Now, I don't have no problem with the LGBT community. I got family that's LGBT. You know what I'm saying? I got love for my family who get down like that. That's dumb. But I choose not to be that way. You know what I'm saying? You don't neither choose to be gay or straight. You know what I mean? I don't mean you don't choose. Hold on. I mean you're not born. You're not born gay or straight. That's something that you choose. That's a choice that you make. That's something that you choose to explore on your journey in life. But you can raise somebody to be a certain way. You can raise somebody to be masculine. You can raise somebody to be feminine. You can raise somebody to be straight. You can raise somebody to be gay. It's easier to push that on a child. This is why I'm totally against them teaching sexual education in school. I'm totally against people teaching LGBT shit, because as a child, you should be just learning life. You should be learning life. You shouldn't have this shit forced upon your brain as a child. As a child, you can't teach a child what's LGBT without teaching them about sexual orientation. You can't tell a child this is the first gay person to do this, or this is the first lesbian person to do that, because the child is going to wonder, well, what's a lesbian? Well, what's a gay man? Okay, well, a gay man is a man that likes man. Okay, but this is totally acceptable. This is totally cool. This is totally okay. Well, you'll never know if you don't like it until you try it. So when you tell kids this shit, then they become impressionable. When you tell kids to indulge, you telling a masculine boy that he shouldn't be so masculine, he should indulge in his feminine side, and this is what society is embracing, then that boy is going to indulge in his feminine side, because that boy is a product of their environment. Kids are products of their environment. So you need to, as a community, as a society, we need to try to give kids the most neutralized environment possible. When we push one sector of a society, that's the sector that the kids are going to embrace. Right now, we're pushing femininity. We're pushing femininity full speed. We're pushing femininity on the boys, and we're pushing masculinity on the girls. We're telling the girls you can do anything a man could do. A man do this, you should be able to do this. We're telling the boys, embrace your feminine side. We're putting rappers in front of the boys' faces that wearing dresses and shit. We doing all this. We doing all this backward shit, man. Because society wants a nation of people that's confused. We want a nation of people that want to feel special. We want a nation of people that don't want to be ordinary. And this is why people come to me. People think I'm special. Ain't shit special about me. I'm as ordinary can be, but I get results. I get extraordinary results because I'm not trying to be special. I'm not trying to impress nobody. You know what I mean? I want to be masculine, so I focus on the masculinity sector of society. You know what I mean? I'm masculine. I'm only masculine in this type of society. The only way you could be masculine in 2020 is if you unsecure in your masculinity. Because now you're going to protect it. This is the only way you could be masculine in 2020. If you protect your brains from the bullshit that society is pushing. Because society is pushing femininity on dudes like no tomorrow. You know, society is pushing the Me Too shit. Society is pushing the toxic masculinity. Society is pushing the homophobia and the transphobia and all this shit. Like, if you don't want to date a transgender person, then you transphobic. If you don't like Last of Us Part 2 because it's pushing the agenda, then you transphobic. All this shit, this is what society is pushing. You feel me? So, you know, if you're an impressionable mind, then all this shit'll come on you. It's like listening to a bad song. If you listen to a radio station, a song come on that you don't like, and they play the song 100 fucking million times, then guess what? You're gonna find yourself singing that song. You feel me? You didn't protect yourself against some shit that you didn't like. If something come on and you don't like, turn that shit off. Don't listen to it no more. Because the more you listen to it, eventually you're gonna end up liking it. Because the mind is impressionable. The mind will like whatever it's exposed to over a consistent basis. This is what you guys got to understand. The mind is very impressionable. This is why motherfucking YouTube ain't monetizing my shit. Because I'm on here trying to free people brainwaves, man. I'm trying to let people understand what's going on in these streets. The mind is very impressionable. Even Professor Jokasey mind. Sometimes my mind be thinking some bullshit, and I be like, where the fuck did that thought come from? And then I go back to a video game I played. I go back to a movie I watched. I be like, okay, I put that shit in there. See, you can control what you expose your mind to. You can't control what your mind does with what you expose it to. Just like food. You can actually control the food that you put in your body. You can't control what your body do with that food. You can't put a lot of pizza in your body and expect and control what your body does with that pizza. If your body decides to get fat as hell with that pizza, your body gonna get fat as hell. If you one of them lucky people who got them speedy metabolism, then you might get lucky and your body might shit the pizza out and not an inch of fat come on your body. But you cannot control what your body does with that pizza once you insert that pizza into your body. Same thing with your mind. You got to be real careful what you listen to, what you expose yourself to. You cannot control what your mind does once you put the shit once you bring that shit to your brain. You can't control what your brain does to it. Your brain is neither here nor there. Your brain is part of the same shit that created the universe. Your brain is a chaotic source of energy that can go into wherever it decides it wants to go into. So if you want your brain to be masculine, you need to pump your shit with heavy shit that's masculine based. You feel me? You need to pump your shit with heavy shit that's masculine based. I have friends who studs. You better not come at them with no pretty girl shit, man. They don't want that shit nowhere near them. They don't want to be reminded nothing of shit that's femininity. If you come at them, I had a stud homegirl who actually swung on a dude for grabbing her on the ass. And she got a fat ass. But he was playing with her. He grabbed the ass one day. He slapped on the ass. And when I tell you she whooped this nigga ass so bad, because she all about the masculine shit. Her mind, the masculinity in her mind is dominating the feminine side. So she's on the masculine. She's off balance. She's all masculine. Don't come at her with no feminine shit. You come at her with some feminine shit, she liable to whoop your ass. You feel me? So, she is protecting her masculinity. She is unsecuring her masculinity. That's why she don't want you coming at her with no feminine shit. I feel just like her. I feel just like my stud friend. Don't come at me with no feminine shit. You feel me? I don't care nothing about no dudes being gay or nothing. Like I say, I got a cousin. He'll tell you he raped niggas in jail. But he is 100% masculine. I can hang around him knowing what he did in jail. I don't agree with him raping niggas. But I can hang around him because he's a masculine dude. I know if some shit pop off, he got my back. He ain't gonna be on the feminine shit. There's no feminine energy coming off of him. But I would not hang around a dude that's walking around me switching. I don't like that energy. I don't need that type of energy around me. I don't need that type of presence in my aura. So that's what I mean when I say Professor Jokasey is unsecuring his masculinity. Because I know as I keep teaching, this is gonna pop up. This is going to pop up. People are going to start saying, okay, well, maybe he's not securing his masculinity. Okay, well, maybe he this, or maybe he that, or maybe he's racist, or maybe all this goofy shit they say to people who come on this platform and have a little bit of controversy to them. So I'm nipping this shit in the bud right now. This is my way of nipping this shit in the bud. So, because I really feel like dropping. I know I said this shit was gonna be Patreon oriented, but I really feel like going to some deep game, man. I feel like talking on this shit, man. I feel like going this. I'm gonna make a part 2 of this. Fuck it. I'm make a part 2 of this. I gotta make a part. I gotta go extra deep on this shit for the Patreon. I gotta drop some game, bro. I gotta go into professor mode. I gotta get out of this YouTube shit because I'm starting to feel it. So we gotta understand this though. We gotta understand that we got to protect our mindsets. We got to protect the mindsets we desire to have while living this physical existence, because all things masculine are constantly under attack, not through society, but through nature itself. Nature will attack your masculinity. You guys, like I told you guys in the 5 traits of being alpha, nature is feminine. We live in a thing that's called Mother Nature. Nature itself will attack your masculinity, not just society. This shit is constantly under attack. As you age, nature will take your testosterone, but it won't take your estrogen. You understand? If you don't meditate and study, nature will take your wisdom, but nature will never take your ignorance. It will take your wisdom. Wisdom is masculine. It's masculine to lead. It's masculine to know. It's masculine to teach. That's part of the masculine principle. Nature will take this shit from you if you don't protect it. It will take your testosterone. You understand? If you don't work out, nature will take your muscles. It will take your physique. You understand? Nature. We going past society. We just talking about nature itself. Nature is feminine. We all come from the woman. We all have a feminine asset. We all have a feminine essence. What makes us masculine is we choose to deviate from the feminine principle. You understand? This is what these hotep niggas mean when they say God is a woman. In a sense, they speaking a little bit of truth. In a sense, because everything is feminine. The sun is masculine. The moon is feminine. The sun gives off energy. The moon takes in energy. If we don't stay in a constant state of giving off, we will start taking in. Once you start taking in, that's feminine. That's the feminine principle taking over. So it's good to take in, but you also want to give out too. You also want to be masculine. You want to be more masculine than feminine if you are a male and you want to protect your masculinity essence. You understand? So this stuff we got to understand, man. It's bigger than societal brainwashing. When we talk this masculinity shit, only a fool calls himself secure in something that is constantly under attack. That's pretty much what I want to get to you guys. Only a fucking dummy would say he's secure in something that's constantly under attack. A wise man is smart enough to understand he would need a defense system. You guys got to be careful when this shit you watch. I had a female tell me, man, I didn't want to watch Empire. She say, you're not secure in your masculinity. Why you don't want to watch this? I say, I don't want to watch 2 niggas kissing. Okay? If I'm not secure in my masculinity because I don't want to watch this shit here, let me put on some lesbian porn. And you sit down and you watch that lesbian porn. I don't want to watch 2 hoes fucking. Okay, cool. So you're not securing your womanality. You're not secure in your femininity. You don't want to watch this lesbian porn with me. Well, these guys are kissing. That's different from lesbian. No, it's the same fucking shit. It's intimacy. Your problem is she didn't understand intimacy. Kissing is just as intimate as two females rubbing their pussy together. No difference. It's two sets of lips coming together. Pussy lips, mouth lips, it don't matter. It's bodily fluids exchanging. You put your lips on somebody else's lips, you guys are changing bodily fluids. A woman put her pussy lips on another woman's pussy lips, they are exchanging bodily fluids. Don't tell me your virgin is better than my virgin because it's your virgin. It's the same shit to me. It's the same shit to me. It's intimacy. So if you don't want to watch the type of intimacy I want you to watch, don't try to expect me to watch the type of intimacy that you want me to watch, because you don't want to watch these two females fucking each other because you understand, she understood, if she watched these females fuck each other long enough, she's going to want to go fuck another woman. Her brain is going to start sending that shit to her signals. As a man, if you sit there and you watch two niggas kissing all the goddamn time, your brain is going to start sending signals to, hey man, go kiss another nigga. You feel me? Then you're going to wonder why you're having these fucking thoughts, because you're watching this stupid shit all the time, man. So if you want to protect your you got to protect your masculinity, bro. You got to protect. The brain is very impressionable. See, you're going to find yourself disagreeing with the shit that your brain is thinking if you don't protect your masculinity. You're going to find, this is why guys come on YouTube. They find themselves, they like, man, why do I always let these females do this to me? Why I always do this? Why I always do that? They find themselves disagreeing with the shit that their brain is doing because this is how their brain is thinking. This is the state of being that they living in. But now, when you understand that you can disagree with your brain, then that's when your third eye starts to open. Because now you start to understand that you are not your mind. You start to understand that you and your mind are two different persons. See, once you begin to look in your mind and you start to realize that you're not there because your mind is made of something different, now you can start to fill your mind up with the shit that you want to fill your mind up with. But I'm going to end this shit here, man. I'm not even going to take this shit down from YouTube. I'm going to leave this shit on YouTube. I got a whole different set of shit I want to go in. I want to start talking about how we can use this shit to benefit our lives. And you know, I'm going to put in some macking. I'm going to put in some pimping. I'm going to put in some dating coach shit. I want to take this shit to the Patreon because now, you know, my third eye done open and I want to really start dropping some game. And Patreon, y'all know how I do this shit, man. I'm finna put this shit in audiobook format, man, because now I done got myself hyped with this shit, man. So let's go on to Patreon, man. Let's go. Let me shut this shit down. Patreon, you know, YouTube. I gave you guys a nice show for the last day of Patreon Appreciation Month. Thank the Patreons for this, man. Thank the Patreons. Hit the like button, man. We gonna keep the game coming, man. Y'all be cool on your stool, understanding. You're not cooking with 2 peas in the pot. They ain't cooking the stove ain't hot. I'm gonna cut this shit short here, and I'm gonna continue on the premium site. I'm out of here.